All right. Sorry, guys, I'm laughing. I just watched a video that was freaking hilarious. Oh my god. But anyways, before I get something to eat and go to bowling here a little bit, let's get into. I want to do kind of a women's Sweet 16 video here. So let's talk about the women's Sweet 16. We got some of the obviously some of the normal teams in there. I think it's a stellar Sweet 16. We also last night saw an unfortunate injury, which I will get into in a minute. I will be pausing this video again so I could go in and read off my Sweet 16 in my messenger that I wrote down. But yeah, we got some normal people. And as I read them off, basically like the first two teams I read off will be playing each other this weekend, either on Thursday or Friday. And the third and fourth teams will be playing each other 5th and 6th, 7th and 8th, 9th and 10th, and so on. But that's who will play each other as I read them off. So let's get into it. Like I said, we got some of the original teams in there. Like we got UConn, South Carolina, Tennessee, let's see, Notre Dame, LSU. Some of the normal teams that are in there like every year pretty much. But all right, let's get into our Sweet 16. I'm about to read them off for you. So we started off with UCLA, Ole Miss, LSU, and NC State. Then we got USC, Kansas State, Oklahoma, UConn. Then we got South Carolina, Maryland. Then we got basically like a rivalry game. Two ACC schools pitted against each other. Always got to love them come tournament time. We got Duke and NC State. Or we got Duke in North Carolina, Duke in North Carolina. And then we got Texas and Tennessee. They're playing each other. Should be a good matchup. And then last but not least, the last two teams we got in there are TCU and Notre Dame. Ought to be a good Sweet 16. Like I said, we got some mainstays in there that are in there almost every year in a constant, like Tennessee, South Carolina, Notre Dame, LSU, UConn, just to name a few that normally make the Sweet 16. I think this should be a great Sweet 16 for the women's, and this is the women's Sweet 16. Unfortunately, we did have an unfortunate injury with USC last night, as I think it was about halfway through the first quarter. Juju Watkins went down with a knee injury, grabbing at her knee. She grabbed at her knee. She was carried off the court. We all hoped and prayed that it wasn't nothing serious, and maybe she might miss the Sweet 16, but could be back for the Elite Eight. But unfortunately, that is not the news we got. The news we got was that Juju Watkins, I got the news late last night, and here's what I thought it was probably going to be when I watched the highlight and how she went down and how she was clutching at the knee. I figured it was going to be an ACL tear, which it is an ACL tear. So I just want to throw my thoughts and prayers up to Juju Watkins and to all you people out there that are going off and saying that it's because of Jaden Daniels' mother and she put a hex on her and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I mean, really? You have nothing better to do than say stupid crap like that. Yes, Jaden was, over the weekend, he was on sidelines hamming up with Juju Watkins. That don't mean nothing. Yeah, her mother sat in the middle of him. But you ever think maybe that's just because his mother came on to sit by him and she was respectful and moved? Oh my God. But anyways, guys, that's your Sweet 16 for the women. The money pull them in for the women's. And the men's, I'm not doing this crap in the men's, but the women's, I'm currently sitting in second. Fortunately for me, I only had USC. I had USC winning in this next round, the Sweet 16, but getting beat in the Elite Eight. So, because my Final Four for the women's on my bracket were actually UConn, South Carolina, and Texas. And I can't remember the other one at the moment, but I know three of my Final Four were UNC, South Carolina. Well, actually, I don't even know my whole Final Four, but I know at least half my Final Four by heart. I had UConn and South Carolina, and then I can't remember the other two I had. I had Texas. Yeah, I know three of my four. UConn, Texas, and UConn, Texas, and South Carolina. I can't remember the other one, but that's your Sweet 16, guys. With Sweet 16 for both men and women being Thursday and Friday, and the Elite Eights being Saturday and Sunday, setting up for the Final Four next week, and the championship game a couple days after that. Got some great teams in there this year. Obviously, I will be pulling for UConn. I will be pulling for Tennessee, and I will be pulling for Duke for the women, because I'm a huge, like I said, I'm a huge Duke fan in men's college basketball, but I cannot stand, but like I said, I'm a huge fan for Duke in men's basketball, but I'm not really a fan of anybody in the women's. I do pull for UConn and Tennessee because over the years, they've had some amazing people that I've loved come out of them places, like UConn, Sue Bird, Diana Taurasi, I believe Rebecca Lobo. Tennessee, I think she played there. You can correct me if I'm wrong, but Lisa Leslie. And one of my all-time favorite college basketball players in men and women went to Tennessee, and that's Candace Parker. So that's why I support UConn, Tennessee. And I support Duke because I'm a fan of their men's team. So y'all enjoy your day. I'm going to go and get something to eat and get ready for bowling. Get my bowling ball so I can go to bowling. Y'all have a great day.